Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at 2 Chronicles chapter 6 and 7, along with Psalm 136. This is all about God filling the temple and how his love endures forever. The temple worship was a great demonstration of not only our obedience to God, but also God's provision over his people. Let's take a look at 2 Chronicles chapter 6. As we start this chapter off, we see that Solomon stands before all of Israel. He lifts up his hands toward heaven and prays this amazingly deep and heartfelt prayer to the Lord. This prayer is all about God's fulfilling his promises and God's amazing transcendence. He asks that the temple would be a place where people can find justice, that the defeated, exiled, and repentant can return to God, even that foreigners may call on God and be heard. Prayers made toward this house would be heard and answered. You see, Solomon is not just dedicating a building, he's inviting the people into a relationship with God. As we move into chapter 7, we see that God is going to respond with glory. In this chapter, fire falls from heaven and consumes the offering. The glory of the Lord fills the temple so powerfully that the priests can't even enter. The people fall on their faces and they worship God, declaring that he is good and his steadfast love endures forever. This moment of awe leads to a 14-day festival of praise filled with sacrifices and joy. God later appears to Solomon at night and gives him his covenant promise. It goes like this in verse 14 of chapter 7. If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and heal their land. This is a prayer that we should probably be considering praying ourselves, a reminder of God's covenant promise with his faithful people. God also warns, though, that if the people turn away, judgment will come. God's presence is glorious and magnificent, but it also calls for covenant faithfulness. Psalm 136 is a chorus of God's enduring love. This psalm is a call and response kind of celebration. It's all about God's faithful actions throughout history. Every verse ends with, "For his steadfast love endures forever." It calls on things like creation, deliverance from Egypt, victories in the wilderness, the gift of the promised land. It's a spiritual memory lane of sorts of God's faithfulness. God's love is not occasional, it's permanent, patient, and powerfully consistent. This whole summary of all of this is that Solomon's prayer in Psalm 136, we want them to be our guide throughout our week. Looking back on God's faithfulness, we should call out to him in the present and live confidently in his love for the future. That's it for today. Be well, friends.